In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the eraser tool in GIMP, step by step, so you can remove parts of an image cleanly and with more control. Whether you want a soft fade, a hard edge, or true transparency, this quick guide will help you get the result you want without guessing. And if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more GIMP tips and easy editing tutorials. Let's jump in. First, let's activate the eraser tool. The fastest way is to press Shift and E on your keyboard. That instantly switches you to the eraser. If you prefer using the menus, go up to Tools, then Paint Tools, and then choose Eraser. Either method works, so use whichever feels easier for you. Now, before you start erasing, there's something very important to know. If your eraser is leaving behind a solid color instead of making the area transparent, that means your layer does not have an alpha channel yet. In simple terms, the layer is not set up for transparency. To fix that, go over to the Layers panel on the right side of GIMP. Right-click your active layer and choose Add Alpha Channel. Once you do that, erasing will reveal the checkered transparency pattern, which means the background is truly gone. This is one of the most common things beginners run into, so if your eraser does not seem to work the way you expect, this is the first place to check. After adding the alpha channel, your eraser should behave exactly like a transparency tool instead of just painting over the image. Next, let's adjust the brush settings for the eraser. Look at the Tool Options panel, which is usually below the toolbox. This is where you can fine-tune how the eraser behaves. The first setting is Size. This controls how wide the eraser is. If you want to remove a small detail, lower the size. If you want to erase a larger section faster, make it bigger. The next setting is Hardness. If you lower the hardness, the edges of your erasing will look softer and more blurry. This is useful for smooth blending or subtle fades. If you raise the hardness, you'll get sharper, cleaner cuts with more defined edges. So if you want a precise cutout, keep hardness high. If you want a softer transition, lower it. Another useful setting is opacity. If you keep opacity at 100%, the eraser will remove pixels completely. But if you lower the opacity, you can fade the image more gradually instead of deleting it all at once. This is great for blending, retouching, or creating a more natural transition. You may also see a hard edge option. If you check that box, the eraser will create a very sharp, pixel-like edge with no blending at all. This can be useful when you want a crisp digital cut. But if you're going for a smoother edit, leave that option off. Now let's talk about a handy correction trick. If you erase something by accident, hold Alt while wiping to restore pixels. This is sometimes called an anti-eraser effect, but there's an important limitation here. It will only restore properly if the area still has pixels available to bring back. If the layer has an alpha channel and the pixels are still part of the image data, it can help you recover the area. But if alpha channel is not available and you're just dealing with a white background, Alt will not magically revert those white background pixels back into the original image. So keep that in mind before you rely on it. Here's another useful technique. If you want to erase in a straight line, press Shift and click. That lets you create a straight eraser line between points, which is really helpful for cleaning edges or removing long sections neatly. This can save you a lot of time compared to trying to draw a perfect straight line by hand. So to recap, the basic workflow is simple. Press Shift and E to activate the eraser. Make sure your layer has an alpha channel if you want transparency. Then use the tool options to control size, hardness, opacity, and edge style. And if you need to erase in a straight line, use Shift and click. With just these few steps, you can make the eraser tool in GIMP much more powerful and much easier to use. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more GIMP tutorials, editing tips, and beginner-friendly how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.